Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. In this video, we're going to be talking about Thalassa. So Thalassa is the weirdest boss to me. You look at the score, I'm at 94.6 billion damage. I've gone through all 20 of my runs, when in the previous week I got 102 billion damage. And I don't believe it's just pure RNG. I think that different team formations are working differently depending on a multitude of factors. However, I want to recap this because we know that this was the top team that I got from the previous week. Maybe I didn't do enough runs of no set onto Reinier, but it does seem like no charm set onto Reinier might be the best choice for some people. But definitely what it seems like, and I'm going to summarize right now, is for this setup, which is the version with Reinier, that the twins should be on sorcery charms, recovering or sorcery onto Smokey, insight onto Ludovic, butcher onto Shamira. Those things are decided. The only thing which is undecided is what are the best charms for Reinier, and what is the best position of the twins, what is the best position of the Smokey. These are the three factors which people have done different testing of, and depending on their account, these things are going to play a role. Okay, so you can try no set of charms onto Reinier, balanced charms onto Reinier, which the most people are doing today, or mystic charms onto Reinier. You can try all three of these. The other thing you can try is pink twin in the right, blue twin in the left, or swap the position of the twins, blue twin on the right, pink twin on the left. Those are two basically different formations of the twins. And then the final thing you can try is Smokey in the corner and Smokey to the side of Reinier. Basically, these are all the different combinations you can try to get your top score. I should have honestly done more runs of what worked for me in the previous week. I was just doing all my runs today with the balance charms onto Reinier, and not a single one was getting a good score. Okay, but before we even get into this, I want to show you that even if you don't have Reinier at Mythic Plus, right here we got 93.5 billion damage, which is close to the overall top score I got even with the Reinier team testing I was doing. And this was with a no Reinier team. So for people who don't have Reinier, it is pretty much for everyone that this team is working, and is working pretty consistently. And the charms are going to be sorcery onto the twins, butcher onto Shamira, gale onto Odie, insight onto Ludovic, and recovering onto Smokey. Now for these other teams, now I'm going to recap what has worked for other people, because apparently for me, the best is to run it like this, and I should have done more testing like this. It is this one, with pink on the right, blue on the left, Reinier with no charm set, this and Smokey in the corner. This did the best for me in the previous week, and it got an amazing score. 102 billion damage in the previous week. Now for this week, people have tried different options. For some people, I'm going to show you an example right now. There is the 103 billion damage, or almost 103 billion damage, has been hit by players running the blue twin on the right, pink twin on the left, with the balance charms onto Reinier. And all the other charms are going to be the same, as you see here, sorcery onto the twins. So they hit almost 103 billion damage, which is amazing. That's a top score. And multiple people were getting this result. Like 3 people in a row were all getting 102, 101 billion damage with that lineup. So that's what I did all my runs with today, but not a single one worked for me. Now, even for other people, that is not working. What's working best for other people, for example, Soburn here, he got his best score when he had Smokey right next to the Reinier, pink twin on the right, blue twin on the left, so kind of like my best record from the previous week, but with Smokey, rather than the corner, having it right to the side of Reinier, and he got almost 100 billion damage, and he doesn't have insane upgrades on his heroes, like Shamir's Paragon 1, and Ludovic is Paragon 3, but he had the same charm setup, and with the balanced charms onto Reinier. So from the testing I've seen from people today, they're all running balanced charms onto Reinier. However, from my testing of balanced charms, for me specifically, it doesn't seem like that is good. And it seems like the fact that I got a high record in the previous week with no charm set onto Reinier, I would just maybe being more inclined to doing that. And I should have done more testing of that in today's for today's video, but I was going all in on the other comp, thinking that eventually is going to work, but it never really worked. Okay, so here we have another example of a Smokey right to the next to the Reinier. A player got 100 billion damage with this lineup, and he ran blue twin on the right, pink twin on the left. And in terms of charms, he was running balanced charms onto Reinier as well. So those are basically, in my opinion, basically how I would summarize it and what I would try if I had all my 20 runs again. If you know what worked for you in the previous week, I would probably first of all do like 5 or 6 runs of that exact setup with the exact same charms. If, for example, that is not working for you anymore, then I would try the 4 different arrangements, which are Smokey in the corner, Smokey right next to Reinier, with the same twins positioning, and then you try, again, the same options of Smokey with the twins in the reverse positioning, blue twin on the right, pink twin on the left, and try the different Reinier charms. Try no charms on Reinier, try balance charms onto Reinier. Honestly, it's so confusing because it doesn't really make sense why there's such a fluctuation in the damage, but it has to be related to the timing of everything. Because, for example, running balance charms onto Reinier or no balance charms onto Reinier should hardly make any impact. When you look at Reinier's damage, even when I got my 102 billion damage from the previous week, it's not like Reinier did any damage. It's just about the timing of everything. And so that is a really weird thing about Dream Realm. I really think it has a problem. Because when you give a hero more damage, like an optimal charm set, it can actually end up you getting a lower score. Like, for example, running the balance charms and Reinier, it was ending up in me getting a lower score because it interferes with the timing of the whole fight, and so you're not able to get the value of even that optimal charm set. And this is the major reason why the twins, even though sorcery in all ways, sorcery is the maximum like buffing potential of any charm set for the twins. But why is it that some bosses it's better to run like Eagle charms or Gale charms or no set onto the twins? Is because of the timing of everything. It's not, so that's what doesn't make sense. I feel like bosses should be maybe restructured in a way so that when you're running your optimal charm buffing damage output, it should lead to the highest overall score. Because right now it's just really, really strange. And like, you know, we've been switching the twins charms on almost every single Dream On boss just because it interferes with the timing of the boss and that affects how it ramps up basically. Basically, if you know what has worked for you to get a 12 score in the previous week, take a look at that formation and run it again exactly how those charms are laid out. If nothing is working for you, then try the 4 different arrangements I talked about in this video, which are Smokey in the corner or Smokey right next to Reinier, and then try the twins in one position and then reverse the position. Those are basically the different options, and you can try different charm sets onto Reinier. Balanced or no charm set are the ones I've tested. Mystic doesn't look like many people are doing, but who knows. So anyway, that's overall my video about this with Thalassa. We can take a look at a replay just to end off the video with some gameplay at least. And this is from my guildmate. And my guildmate, basically, in this week, he also didn't get a great score. He got 100 billion damage, but like, I got 102 billion damage in the previous week. And he is higher upgraded in every way, higher level. So that just shows that there is still some RNG involved. And in this comp, he was running with pink twin on the right, blue twin on the left, and he was running it with the Mystic charms onto the Reinier. So this is just another option that no one has tested up until now. But I don't know. I should have done more runs of what I got my previous record with in the previous week, with no charms down to Reinier. But everyone was like hyping up balance charms today. It was doing the best. Multiple people in a row were getting top scores with it. So I thought I just had to do enough runs, then I would hit the RNG, but it never happened. So yeah. But anyway, guys, hopefully this is helpful for you to get a good score. If you're like me and you've already used up all of your attacks, then this video probably will obviously not help you, but maybe for the next week, you can go with what worked, or if nothing worked, you can try the different combinations. And so anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. That's going to be it for this one. I'll hopefully see you guys in the next video. If you're not already subscribed to our YouTube channel, please smash that subscribe button. Also, feel free to join my AFK Journey Discord server. There's a link to that in the description of this video. But thank you for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video. And until then, everyone, peace out for now.